Shamaya, you did it.
STL Music.
Welcome back to the show. So listen up, we back in the game. Sweep the league, we got the flame. Motivated to the fullest every single day. We wake up, get it in every way. Right from the two in the global inspiration. Talk this sports and top news, no hesitation. Sweep the league is back. We always coming back, that's a fact. Wanna tell them that STL Music, mama, we did it, where we at? Coach Jill in the house with the flow so tight. Every perfect rock stats, we unite. Yeah, the best show, Monday through Friday. If this ain't different, they lying. We got the energy. When I say sweep, you say the league. Sweep the league, sweep the league, sweep the league, sweep the league. San Antonio, let's go. Sweep the league. Sweep the league. Sweep the league. San Antonio, let's go.
Hey, it's Rain Fernandez, and you're watching Sweep the League. Be sure to follow me on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok, and Facebook at Rain Fernandez, Rayne Fernandez.
Hi, it's Sherilyn, and you're watching Sweep the League TV. Follow me on Instagram at official Sherilyn for more content.
Hey, this is George Iceman Gervin, and you're listening to Sweep the League Radio.
Sweep the League TV, where legends collide. If the Cowboys fall short, we'll still ride the tide. Like Jordan in the clutch or Brady's last play, we bring the fire, keeping fans in the fray. Gio and Marie calling the shots with Derek Coventry, Hall of Fame thoughts. So hit that subscribe, don't sit on the bench. Get in the game, every highlight's intense. The live stream's on, tell your friends to play. Like Kobe in the fourth, we're here to play. Sweep the League TV, where greatness resides. From the blogs at the drives to my hearts on the rise. We're all in on sports, NBA, CFB, and more for fans. By fans, it's the show you'll adore.
Hey, what is up, everybody? Rudy Campos Jr. for Sweep the League TV. Let me know if you can hear me out there. I actually moved offices, so my whole setup's now in a whole different area. So let me know if you guys can hear me out there by dropping some comments in the chat. Derek Gervin, Coach Gio again on hiatus. They should be back hopefully soon. It's going to be me tonight. So that way, with just me tonight, we'll be in and out just like we normally do. Shout out to MCS General Contracting, proud sponsors of Sweep the League. Jacob Erickman here, grading the market. Go time. He says, I'm good. All right. Awesome. Hoping that I was good. So, we got some stuff to talk about. We weren't on Friday. Obviously, we were at a basketball game that was mentioned before last week. But we got a lot to talk about. You got a lot of NFL happenings. Deebo Samuel on the move. He's in Washington now with the Commanders. Devontae Adams is not going to be picked up. Basically is cut. So he's going to be a free agent. You've got Sam Darnold, who wasn't franchise tagged, but I think he's going to stay in Minnesota. I have that feeling that he will end up staying in Minnesota. You also have a lot of other things going on. The Cowboys signed a defensive tackle as well. So we'll get into a lot of those notes later on. Also, we are going to get into the whole Wemby jersey swap. We're talking Spurs basketball, and, they are playing against the Brooklyn Nets right now. But we're going to talk something else about Spurs basketball, and that's that whole Wemby jersey swap with the little kid. Good friend of the show, Jeff Garcia, Locked On Spurs, did an episode. He talked to the consigner, the dad, basically, in the whole issue with the Wemby jersey swap. And I'm totally against everything that he is saying. I made a comment on Jeff's post, and I totally was against that whole thing about the dad saying, well, I wanted to keep the jersey and yada yada. Well, you know what? We're going to save all that for when we end up talking about the jersey swap and the whole golden auction and everything else that happened with that. Drop your comments on that below. Also, Rick Pitino coming out and saying he's done recruiting high school kids, at least for this upcoming season. Another thing that the transfer portal is going to mess with, and it's a lot of these older coaches like Rick Pitino, who I honestly applaud him because, Derek Irvin, who does coach the youth here in San Antonio, and he has been around a lot of AAU basketball. And even he can tell you firsthand, as I've even experienced it firsthand, a lot of players now, they expected to make the NBA. They expect to get paid NIL money. It's all about them. It's all about me, me, me. And that doesn't translate well to college basketball. You are feeling the effects of it. And we'll get into what Rick Pitino said here. But first and foremost, what we're going to do is we're going to start with a new way, because normally we save this to the end of the show, but let's get it going now. It's Rudy's Rant.
Worst moments in basketball history. Back in December 2024, after a game against the Brooklyn Nets, Victor Wembanyama shared a heartfelt moment with a young fan. The kid held up a sign asking for a jersey swap, and Wemby, being the generous guy he is, made the exchange. The moment went viral instantly, but what happened next completely ruined the feel-good story. You see, just days later, the kid's father decided to cash in on the moment. He contacted Golden Auctions and put Wembanyama's game-worn jersey up for sale, with the opening bid set at $10,000. Fans were shocked since this was supposed to be a special gift, not a quick payday, but things only got worse. The thing is, Wemby saw the auction and was visibly disappointed, even reacting with a crying emoji on social media. But that didn't stop the sale. By February 22nd, 2025, the jersey had sold for a whopping $73,200, and the deal seemed like it was done, or so everyone thought. What I mean is, just 2 days later, the young fan's father had a change of heart. He filed a lawsuit to stop the auction and block the sale, claiming the auction platform used images of him and his son to promote the auction, despite the fact that he gave clear instructions that no images should be attached to the sale, and he claimed that by not following his instructions, the auction platform created public scrutiny and harassment that led his young son to suffer severe emotional distress that causes him to believe that his favorite player dislikes him. But the auction platform replied saying that the young boy's father is only filing the suit because he's not happy with the final amount it sold for, as he had previously contacted the auction platform before the auction ended with concerns that the jersey may not even pass $50,000. And to make things even worse, the auction platform already received the money for the jersey and shipped it out to an anonymous buyer based in Maryland. But the boy's father is continuing his legal efforts to reverse the sale.
So yeah, that's what we're going to talk about. That's the rant for tonight for Rudy's Rant here. And let me go ahead and share Jeff Garcia, Locked On Spurs. Let's get his article up here so you can check it out. So yeah, definitely go check out Locked On Spurs as Jeff talks to the dad, the consigner of the Wemby autograph jersey, the jersey swap that you so famously saw across all multiple sports networks, news networks as well, especially local in San Antonio. But I agree with what Golden said, basically, that the fact that it only sold for 70. Now, before I go any further on that, it's not $1 million jersey. I think the dad was hoping for six figures only because it was a jersey swap, something that we have never seen that as far as a fan and a player goes. You've seen player and player jersey swaps, but not a fan and, a player jersey swap, at least not that I've seen. But I figured, okay, that is the coolest moment that you've seen as far as Wemby interacting with fans so far. Well, I'm expecting it to get at least six figures. It only brought in, 73,000, a little over 73,000. I agree with Golden on the fact that the dad is basically reneging on the deal and saying, no, I didn't want to sell it to begin with. And I think at the end of the day, it's because of the fact that it only sold for 73,000. If it sold for 150, 200,000, 250,000, I don't think we're having this conversation right now. If you go listen to Jeff Garcia's Locked On Spurs with the dad, you feel like he wants to be, he needs the sympathy. You feel like, he wants everyone to side with him, and you feel like, okay, maybe I'm going to win the hearts of people and it's going to get out and it's Golden's going to return. That's all BS. It's not going to happen. When the way he made it seem like Golden was forcing him to sell the jersey, and that's not the case. No consignment guy, person, woman, any company is no one's going to force you to sell what you don't want to sell. Now, if you want to contact them and say, look, I've got this jersey. I'm the dad with the kid who had, the jersey swap. Of course, you're going to have to provide proof. I mean, you got to provide proof of that and get it authenticated. But if you want to contact them, say, look, what do you think that it'll bring in? I know I've been to a couple of auction houses, especially one in New Braunfels. I've been there and they say, we can give you a value, an estimate of what it is. And some it depends on what it is. They may charge you for it because it takes a little bit more research. But if you contact the Golden and say, what can we get out of it? Ideally, they're not going to say, well, you're guaranteed 200K. You're guaranteed 250K. They're not going to say that because they don't know what you're going to get. I think most jerseys probably go in that 40 to 50K maybe at most. That's what I'm thinking. I don't collect. And I know the dad mentioned, well, there's comps all over the place. And if you're a collector, you should know that, it should go for this. It should go for that. You would know. Nobody truly knows. And that kind of, shout out to guys with Grading the Market on Sweep the League. Go check out Grading the Market with Jacob, Eric, and Anthony. It's a great program, great show that they run. But even as collectors, they know you don't know the true comp of anything, because 1 minute Wemby's autographed jersey is probably worth 20,000. He goes out and he throws out a 50 piece, almost a quadruple double. You may get 35,000 for it. If it's a significant game, hey, it's the game that Wemby broke the all-time, blocks in a game record. That may fetch, 35,000, 40,000, whatever. It's the monumental, the monumental moments that are going to push autographs higher. Not all Wemby autographed jerseys are going to sell for that. But nonetheless, 73,000 is a lot. I figured ideally, okay, it may bring in six figures. I figured maybe 100K would be right around where this jersey would come in at. Came in below it. But nonetheless, the dad is out there saying, well, I never wanted to sell the jersey to begin with. Well, going back to what I said, no auction house, no consignment store, nothing is going to force you to sell that jersey. Now, if I'm not mistaken, Golden didn't just outright do an auction for 24 hours. It was an auction that obviously takes days. For those of y'all that sell on eBay, you can do like a 5-day auction. You can do a 7-day auction. I used to sell cards and stuff on there. So, I mean, I know how the eBay works, but similar to Golden, you're selling it over time. Nowhere in those days did the dad say, well, I don't want to sell it anymore. Golden has to protect themselves. You made a deal with Golden. You made a deal to sell the item. And if I'm not mistaken, a reputable company like Golden will say, you know what? Okay, you got like a 24-hour window, 48-hour window in case you don't want to sell it. We're not going to list it for, about 24 hours, 48 hours. In case you might change your mind, because it happens. Everybody changes their mind from time to time. But this entire time, I mean, Golden's not dumb. They've got the emails. There was even an email that supposedly said that the dad contacted them towards the end of the auction, fearing that it wasn't going to get what he was hoping it would for it. Golden protected itself all the way around. The dad came on Locked On and said, well, my son never wanted to sell the jersey. You are damn right he didn't want to sell the jersey. What kid who has a moment like that wants to sell that jersey? That is 100%, 110% a father's reaction, a father's move, everything. That is a parental move right there. Your son was excited to meet Victor. Now, did he have the idea of a jersey swap? I have no idea. I'm not going to dive deep into that rabbit hole. But here's the thing. You were the one that wanted to sell it. And then part of the conversation that he had was Jeff. And again, I'm not going verbatim here, but part of the conversation was, well, they listed the jersey as mine and not my son's. Dude, you are the adult. Your son, he can't legally just say, well, this is mine. I'm selling this. I'm going to get a 70. No. You were the adult. You were the dad. It's going to be put under your name. Everything just screams terrible when it came to all this right here. Extremely terrible. Bad look for the dad. Horrible look. Trying to make Golden look bad, which again, there's some stuff with Golden I don't agree with. I don't agree with a lot of auction houses, but this was 100% on the dad. And I will say, I applaud Jeff. I really applaud Jeff for getting him on there, talking to him. And I enjoyed the episode. But that's a terrible move, man. To put, to take Golden to court, to come on, a podcast, to do all this, to try to sell your case, try to make your case and make everybody believe that you got screwed out of all this. You did not get screwed out of anything. The only person that got screwed is your son. Because if he truly wanted to keep that jersey and you forced him to sell that jersey, it's your fault. 100% your fault. I feel bad for the kid. I feel real bad for him. Do you think he will ever have another opportunity? And if Wemby is his favorite player, do you think he will ever have another opportunity like that? Probably not. And stuff like this ruins a lot of things for kids in general. It's already bad enough that you've got 40, 50-year-old guys, 30-year-old guys hounding every athlete everywhere. Sign this, sign that, sign this. Not because of a collection, majority of the time. Not because I'm a collector, because I want to put it up in my office. No. It's because I know you're the hottest thing out there. I know I can make some money off of this. Why don't you bring the same momentum for Blake Wesley? Because Blake Wesley's not going to sell for a couple of grand. The dad ruined the moment. He ruined everything. So if anything, drop the lawsuit. Drop the act. Everybody knows that you're just trying to play the victim. When the only victim here was your son. If you're a collector, you saw a mile away that the dad was going back. And even if you listen to him on Los, he leaves a lot of guilty clues. Exactly. Go listen to Los. Go listen to Los. Dad got a ski mask, got a getaway car, run, a gun, walked into the bank and said, hey, I didn't rob the bank. Great points, Jacob Berg. Great in the market. So again, you look bad, Dad. You look bad. Very terrible. It's extremely bad for you. You ruined the moment that your son had. And I even question whether this was just all a ruse by you. So again, the only victim in all this is your son. I feel bad for him. I wish he would get another opportunity to meet Wemby, to get another jersey, and to actually keep it. But hey, take the $73K. That's $73,000 more than a lot of us have. Greed. It's number one killer in the world today. Rudy Campos Jr. talking to you about the Wemby jersey swap, the controversial auction with Golden. Go check it out on Locked On Spurs with Jeff Garcia, good friend of the show, Jeff Garcia. That is Locked On Spurs. It was posted, I believe it was last week is when it came out. So definitely want to go check that out again. The jersey swap with Victor Wembanyama and the dad fighting Golden. Basically, he didn't want to sell it. Golden ended up selling it. Dad came up after the fact that it was sold saying, hey, I wanted to keep it. Yeah, no, it doesn't really work like that, Dad. Does not work like that at all, guys. Rudy Campos Jr. Be sure to go to our YouTube page, search Sweep the League TV. All you got to do is search Sweep the League TV, hit that subscribe button so you can join us every single Tuesday through Friday at 9 p.m. Grading the Market is out as well. More episodes coming there, more episodes of Sweep Unplugged. Also, we've got STL Music. We've got a bunch of more music coming out here pretty soon. STL 316 is coming back very, very strong with a couple of new hosts for that. Also, another baseball episode. Well, a baseball show should be coming up as well, as we are working with some hosts to actually run that as well. So again, Sweep the League TV is coming to you with as much content as possible. Don't have an NCAA, which is kind of crazy. I have college football. I don't have an NCAA bump here. So you know what? I'll tell you what. We'll do a spotlight bump. We got a spotlight segment here coming up right now.
Well, we're not recruiting any high school basketball players. Not this year. We've already recruited Ruben, Lefty. Come on, we're building from that. We're not this year. We're not even looking at a high school basketball player because we're losing Davon, Kadari, and Aaron. You can't replace them with high school kids.
Let me make this public service announcement to every single high school recruit. The biggest, and I mean the absolute biggest threat to you guys has been the transfer portal. Like Rick Pitino is a veteran coach. He understands what comes with an entitled ass high school recruit. Mm-hmm. He don't want them headaches. His hair is already filled with Just for Men, hiding that damn gray. He don't want to have to be able to go into these homes of players that's not trying to better themselves and their households. Because this is the thing. When you're recruiting a person who already knows it's time to perform versus a player who's trying to say, what can y'all give me to perform? It's two different conversations. Coaches never really needed you. And it's all a conditional relationship. Under the right conditions is the reason why they're recruiting you like they're recruiting you. You don't know unconditional love. It's everything in life has a transaction attached to it. Don't let that fly over your head.
All right, now I don't normally agree with Cam Newton on a lot of stuff, but you heard Rick Pitino there. I do agree with Cam Newton. So Rick Pitino basically says they're not going to recruit any high school players this year. And I agree with Rick a lot. Derek Gervin coaches a lot of high school kids. He works with a lot of programs. I was coaching high school kids, not during this time, but I've seen going to some AAU basketball tournaments, watching some high school basketball games. I see exactly what Cam was talking about. And I agree with Rick Pitino 100%. Today's youth, man. Today's youth, I raise my daughter to be respectful. I raise my daughter to when she plays sports that she will be respectful. She'll learn. She'll continue to thrive. She'll continue to get better every single day. And for her to understand that no matter how good of a player you are, there's probably 150 people better than you. Today's kids, they expect everything given to them. $2,000, $4,000, $5,000 a year for them to play basketball, to travel the country. You have kids that are coming up to coaches, getting into coach's face. Why are you taking me out of the game? I'm your best player. Why are you doing this? When the player gets upset, here comes mom and dad. Why are you treating my son this way or daughter? Why is my son or daughter not playing? Do you realize that my son or daughter is this? While yet said son and daughter probably lead the team in turnovers. Parents and players think they're better than they really are, majority of the times. NIL has really made things tough. As good of an idea as it is, it's made things tough for college coaches. And that's why Nick Saban decided to take a hike on that. You see a lot of coaches just say, no, I'm not going to deal with that. So on the Rick Pitino side, yeah. Why go recruit high school basketball players when you have the transfer portal? You've already got guys who are college ready, who know the college game, who aren't going to come in with this attitude of me, me, me. And like Cam said, it's not what I can do for you, coach, but it's more of what can you do for me? What can I get if I go to Louisville? What can I get if I go to St. John's? What can I get if I go to North Carolina? I mean, okay, I'm the number 5 recruit in all the land. I'm guaranteed to be, one of the best college basketball players of all time. What can you do for me? What can you offer me? What NIL money can I expect? That attitude sucks. And it's going to happen a lot more than people realize. As bad as NIL may be, as bad as the transfer portal might be, it does have a benefit. And here's the benefit. The transfer portal can almost assure you that those high school athletes out there with the attitude problems, with the me, me, me problems, can almost assure you that those schools that you expect to be recruited by are not going to knock on your door. They're not going to shoot you a text message. They're not going to call your phone. They're not going to contact you because they don't need you. And like Cam said, they don't need the headaches. They don't need them at all. You are more of a problem than any help. So the transfer portal has a benefit. It'll allow these big-headed players to be overlooked. Bring them back down to earth. It's bad when you've got players who are terrible at basketball. But because they travel with the team, they're a part of, San Antonio Elite Select of South Texas is long names. That gets, 2 pairs of warm-ups away and home, 2 different jersey uniforms away and home. We're giving little Johnny 5 pairs of sneakers to wear for the year. And they're getting, the duffel bag, and we're staying at the hotels and we're providing them meals and yada, yada, yada. While little Johnny sucks. Just because you pay for a program doesn't mean you actually belong on the court. So the NIL deal, okay, players are wanting NIL money. But the coaches are not going after you high schoolers. They are looking at the transfer portal first before they're going into the high schools now. This is going to hopefully make high school players change the way they think about the game, change the attitude towards coaches and coaching staff, change the attitude with referees as well. I get it. You watch on TV, you see players berating NBA refs. You see Coach Dan Hurley berating refs in college. You see the attitude everywhere in the NBA. You see the me ball. You see, Luka and a lot of these guys dribbling the ball for 20 seconds before, oh crap, it's 4 seconds left. I got to take a jump shot. You see the me movement in basketball. It's terrible. Another reason why the game is just not watchable. It starts at the high school level. It starts at the kids level. So great job, Rick Pitino. Much love out there. You're doing the right thing. Forget high school recruit. There's no rule that says you have to recruit a high school player. No rule whatsoever. Hopefully other coaches follow suit. You want the best players in the land? Go get them. If they fit your system. And if they're guaranteed not to give you any problems. For those top players out there that are head cases, good luck getting into one of these massive schools, because you can get into one, but are you going to last? What's going to happen when, Rick Pitino, Mark Few, one of these big time coaches, what's going to happen when you get there and you get benched? You don't get the playing time you deserve. Remember, it doesn't revolve around you. Just because I coach North Carolina and I recruit you and you come to my school doesn't make you an instant starter. Doesn't make you, guaranteed 20, 25 minutes a night. Doesn't mean you're going to be the man on the team. You still got to work. There's no guarantees. If I see that you can't take criticism at the high school level, or you can't take being benched at the high school level, or you're in street clothes when I'm there to recruit you because you've got an attitude problem and your coach can't take it and he suspends you. When I see that as a coach and I'm on the recruiting trail, I'm Xing your name off my list. Why the hell would I want you? I'd rather get the 14th guy on a team who's in the transfer portal, who I know is going to come in, work hard, learn my system, and fight for minutes. That's who I'm going after. Not a 17-year-old kid with an attitude problem. Shout out to Rick Pitino out there. Great move by him. And again, I really do 100% agree with Cam Newton on this take right here. When we get back, we'll talk some NFL. Also, LeBron's legacy. I'm only bringing this up because another clip came up, and I never really snapped until his legacy, until I saw this video. Which video is it? Check it out here when we get back. Rudy Campos Jr., Sweep the League TV. We'll be back in just a second. Brought to you by MCS General Contracting. Back in a couple seconds. Are you looking for a contracting company that gets the job done right the first time? Look no further than MCS General Contracting. MCS specializes in top quality concrete work, including patios, driveways, foundations, and swimming pools. The team of experts are dedicated to delivering exceptional results and unparalleled customer satisfaction. At MCS General Contracting, they're not just hardworking, they're local. Based in San Antonio, they are committed to building relationships and trust within the community. That's why MCS guarantees your satisfaction. They pride themselves on getting the job done right the first time, every time. So why wait? Contract MCS General Contracting today to schedule your project and experience the difference for yourself. MCS General Contracting, building a better San Antonio, one project at a time. Proud sponsors of Sweep the League.
Time to react, yeah, shift like a skate. Left, right, lean, that's a bucket in sight. Pull up mid, let it fly, no hype. Fourth quarter ice, keep the rock in my grip. When the clock go red, don't slip, I rip. Fast is alive, yeah, the motor don't quit. Drop 30 quick, now they begging for a switch. Fox in the open, the lane look free, now allow that up. Win B. And running no team, keep pace. Fox got gears, Wendy got grace. Hoop too high, man, you won't touch. Use Spurs every year, time to rush. Speed too real, yeah, check that tight. Defenders froze, now they stuck in place. Who gon' step, man, don't play dumb.
You are watching Sweep the League TV. Make sure you subscribe and catch our new videos.
Sweep the League TV with Rudy Derrick and Coach Gia. Let's get back to the live show. You are watching the best in the business.
Thank you for such an incredibly special night. Thank you for giving us the gift of being able to share music with you. Wheels up from the off the ground. Nowhere but to roll around. How we doing out there online? I sure love you, LA.
All right, welcome back to Sweep the League. Sweep the League and I Am Refocus Radio teaming up with Imagine Dragons to send some lucky fans not to the concert, but to watch their concert from the Hollywood Bowl at a local movie theater, as they're going to be broadcasting on March 26th and 29th. The Imagine Dragons live from the Hollywood Bowl. Like I said, Sweep the League and I Am Refocus Radio teaming up with Imagine Dragons to send some lucky fans to go watch it in theaters. Again, we'll be announcing some winners here pretty soon. Let's get to our NBA beat here and LeBron's legacy. We crap on LeBron all the time. Don't mean to do that, but this video had me really thinking.
I never know nobody to care about participation trophies until LeBron James started playing. Man, ain't none of y'all was talking about this person went to the finals this many times until LeBron James started losing them. How many finals did Kareem Abdul-Jabbar go to, AP? Can anybody tell me? How many times Magic Johnson went to the finals? How many times? Anybody? Do anybody know how many times Isaiah Thomas went to the finals?
No, how many times LeBron?
Get what? But everybody in the world know LeBron been to 10 finals. Nobody started caring about. But I never, no matter when I played sports or whatever, nobody gave out participation trophies for just making it though. That's like me saying, you telling me, well, I went over Charlotte House last night. Oh, you made it there? Did you? Did you?
That means that, oh, you go. That address was correct. The address was correct.
Yeah, but I got.
She didn't give you the fake.
Yeah.
So basically, yeah, LeBron bringing in the participation trophies right there. And it's true what they said. You know, the LeBron James thing, it's like, well, okay. Everybody knows how many finals LeBron's been to. Everybody knows how many times he's won in the finals. Everybody knows how many times. They know his record. But then you look at other greats of the games, it's like Magic. I mean, you got to think about that. Like you mentioned, Kareem. We know Mike went 6 times and he's 6-0. I mean, other greats of the games, how many times did they go? People celebrate the fact that LeBron has been to the final, always, you know, X number of times in the finals in a row. You know, oh, great. He's the GOAT. He's a legend. He's a legend. Yeah, for sure. But he's the GOAT. He's got to be the GOAT because he's been to so many finals. He's been I agree 100%. We base a lot of things off of him for, what he's accomplished in the league. But why? The question of the night on Sweep the League TV for the Tuesday Night Delight is, why do we put LeBron on a pedestal? I mean, I'm being dead honest, serious about this. Why do we put LeBron on a pedestal? All-time leading scorer in NBA history. Before him was Karl Malone. We've never considered Karl Malone to be the greatest of all time as far as player goes. But you got a lot of people talking about LeBron James being the greatest of all time. One thing they throw out there, all-time leading scorer. Okay. Malone has no rings. Bron does. Okay. What makes him a part of the GOAT conversation? I mean, I'm not going to argue with people on that. I've always said you have your GOAT. You have the people that you are in your Mount Rushmore. You have all that. That's all on you. Good take there on the LeBron James talk there. NFL news coming up. All right, NFL news coming up here. Let's get on to one of the screens here. So first and foremost, the Jets. Now the Jets are going to end up cutting Davante Adams. They're going to be releasing him. They're going to be saving $29.9 million. Now, where would Davante go? Now, people are assuming already that he's going to be joining Aaron Rodgers wherever Aaron goes. And right now, the way it looks, Aaron's probably going to end up with the Giants. Matthew Stafford being rumored to go to the Raiders. Shout out Tom Brady. We know that was a lot behind the scenes there. But roar to the Raiders or the Giants. Now, as we all know, Matthew Stafford restructured. He's getting his deal with the Rams. So he's going to be staying put with the Rams, meaning I think Aaron Rodgers ends up in New York, but not with the Jets again, with the Giants. Dabo and company, they've got to win. I think out of everyone out there right now, drafting a QB is okay. But I think with everybody out there right now, Sam Darnold, I feel, is going to stay with Minnesota. We'll get into that in a little bit here. But I think Rodgers gives them an opportunity for them to win now. So that's why I think they're going to go that route and sign Aaron Rodgers. Does Davante Adams go to the Giants? I don't see it happening. Teams that I think Davante might be primed to go to. Now, Green Bay, I think, is one. I think a reunion with Green Bay is one option that we may see Davante go back to. Is there a potential reunion in Las Vegas? No, I don't see that at all. Other teams that you can potentially see Davante Adams on, I mean, you could maybe see him with the Rams. Cooper Kupp's not going to be with the Rams anymore. Cooper Kupp's basically, he's a free agent. He's going to be able to go where he wants. I think Davante Adams could end up with the Rams. That would be a nice fit right there with Puka Nacua, Davante Adams, and Matthew Stafford. Does Jerry Jones make a play for Davante Adams? If Jerry is really serious, which he's never serious about winning, but if he is serious, I could definitely see him lining up across from CeeDee Lamb. There's just so many teams right now that could definitely use Davante Adams. Another team to look at is a team that has built a nice coaching staff surrounding Kellen Moore, and that's the New Orleans Saints. I could definitely see Davante going down to New Orleans and teaming up again. Chris Olave, they've got something really special going on down there. I think Kellen Moore would definitely be really happy to get a player like Davante Adams. So Davante on the move. Where do you guys think Davante Adams goes? Let us know in the chats. The Dallas Cowboys signed defensive tackle Osa, and I'm not going to pronounce that. So my bad. I'm just really bad right now with names. But they signed him to a 4-year, $80 million deal that's guaranteed $58 million and a $20 million signing bonus. So I really do like this move for the Cowboys. They made a really good signing here. I think this points to them going in the right direction. They still got a whole lot to fill. And then as of today, CeeDee Lamb did restructure his deal as well. So that's freeing up some more money. Good move by CeeDee. I think the Cowboys playing it smart, playing it right. They can maybe get some things done. Again, it's the whole Micah Parsons thing that I really think they got to worry about right now. Vikings, the quarterback. Now, they didn't franchise tag Sam Darnold, but I really think they're going to end up signing him to a long-term deal, probably a 2 or 3 year deal. Understandably, JJ McCarthy is there. I think you're probably going to see Sam at least come back on a 2-year deal, maybe that second year being an option. So technically it'd be like a 1-year deal. Give JJ another year to just sit behind Sam Darnold, learn. And if anything goes, awry, you've got JJ there in case Sam does get hurt or something like that. I think he does go back to the Vikings. If he doesn't go back to the Vikings, then you're looking at possibly Vegas being one team looking at Sam Darnold. I could definitely see him going to the Raiders, but ultimately, I think Sam Darnold does end up back with the Vikings. T. Higgins did get the franchise tag, $26.2 million. This is something that I think they franchise tagged him with the intent to sign him to a long-term deal. So I really fully expect them to sign him to a long-term deal, get a deal done. But he was franchise tagged. $26.2 million was the franchise price for tagging T. Higgins. Makes a lot of sense. I really think that you definitely got to keep T. Higgins in Cincinnati to go along with Jamar Chase and then also with Joe Burrow. So no surprise there whatsoever. We kind of knew that was coming. Again, Matthew Stafford, he's back with the Rams. They're restructuring the deal to keep him with the Rams. Definitely a great fit, as you can tell. Great fit for Matthew Stafford there with the Rams. The only thing is with Cooper Kupp is the only thing that I kind of had, whether it was they were going to bring him back or not. Obviously, you saw that they are not bringing back Cooper Flag. And then last but not least, as we mentioned earlier, Deebo Samuel's being traded from the 49ers to the Commanders, and it's in exchange for a 5th round pick in this year's draft. I got to know, does the Deebo Samuel's move to Washington, does it move the needle a whole lot? And I'm going to say right now that it ticked a little bit up, but it didn't really scream massive move here. Terry McLaurin, Deebo Samuels, Jaden Daniels. I feel like, you've got Brian Robinson Jr., you've got a running game as well. But I think we've seen the best that we've seen out of Deebo Samuels already. So I don't know exactly what player we're going to get in Washington. And I'm okay with the trade. San Francisco, and then San Francisco's kind of making it known that they don't mind if they move on from Brandon Ayuk as well. So a lot of restructuring in San Francisco, but I'm okay with a 5th round pick for Deebo. You've got a really, really, really deep draft class this year. I really like this draft class. You got a lot of players coming up that are going to be really good impact players, really day one starters, in my opinion, from what I'm seeing. You got a lot of players like that here. So I really feel that a 5th round pick was good for Deebo Samuels. To me, when I see that, I feel like, okay, you're getting Deebo, but you're not getting the explosive Deebo Samuels that we saw early in his career. So again, did it move the needle for you guys out there, Washington Commander fans? Did it move the needle for you guys? Were you super excited? Or were you kind of like me? It was like, okay, it's okay. It's a good move. It's not, Christian McCaffrey going from the Panthers to the Niners, or, it's nothing like that. It's not that type of move to where it's going to be like, oh God, this is guaranteed Super Bowl. We're going to be doing this. We're going to be doing great. No, it's nothing like that. Now, if they would have traded Brandon Ayuk to Washington, then I'm more okay. Then that needle starts to really climb and says, okay, we're serious. We are definitely serious now. But because it was Debo, I don't really find it being that it was a really, really, really big move. So it didn't really move the needle too much for me. That's some NFL news out there for you guys. Appreciate everybody joining us on tonight. This is Rudy Campos Jr. Sweep the League. Be sure to go to our YouTube channel, Sweep the League TV. Hit that subscribe button so you get all the insight that we got, all the content we got. NFL draft coverage coming up here. We've got the big show, Sweep the League TV, Greater Than Market. You've got STL 316, STL Music, tons of stuff. Iron Refocus Radio, Best Boys Podcast. I mean, you've got Sweep Unplugged, tons and tons of content with more content to come. So appreciate MCS General Contracting for being a sponsor of Sweep the League. And tomorrow is Wednesday night, so hopefully we'll be able to get a couple of guys on here. We may even have the guys from Greater Than Market jump on with us as well. If Coach Gio and Derek aren't able to join tomorrow, we'll see if we can get the guys from Greater Than Market with us. And maybe we can talk some collectibles and stuff like that. So until then, I appreciate everybody for joining us tonight. Enjoy some of the STL music here at the end of the show. And until we sweep the league again, this is Rudy Campos Jr. saying, we'll see you later, knuckleheads.
Vision on the court, watch my plays take action. Fast break, hustle, yeah, I'm built to compete. Defense locked in, I'm the soul of the street. Court vision crazy, I'm ballin' in the zone. Step back, jumper, yeah, I'm cold like stone. 2025 moves my game, got finesse. Leave it all on the floor, you know I'm the best.
Man, he ain't done yet. This guy is from out of this world. He's gonna be an alien. What is going on? Oh my goodness, this guy is really gonna be special.
Ain't nothing to it. When we still lit. When we still lit. When we still lit. We got dreams, hit the fast lane. Took the stairs, real pain, no fear. We steady making it clear. I'm the captain, nice to meet you, but I make chess moves, no snooze. Bless you, we turning the impossible to possible. Doing what we do, call me Wemby, alien, flow too quick. You can't see me, just saying. The only thing lit is your season. Come see me, trust me, we too lit. Sweep Unplugged. Sweep Unplugged. Exclusive interviews with Rudy and the crew. Let's go.